After an embarrassing defeat to Wolves on December 24, Chelsea face off against Crystal Palace at home in the Premier League on December 27. Will Nkunku start? There will be no Cole Palmer in the attack or Sterling. What will happen in this match? Let's get into all of this and more. Alright, so welcome back to Chelsea Session. Welcome back to another match preview. Now, this is a match that has gathered more and more importance than it should have, depending on what would have happened against Wolves. And obviously, we know that against Wolves, Chelsea lost, making it be a case where they are level on points with Wolves. The only thing separating them is a goal difference of 1 and -7, respectively, between Chelsea and Wolves. And Bournemouth are also level on points with them as well. So it's not looking good for Chelsea at the moment. It looks very dire. It looks very concerning as a Chelsea perspective would be. And this is a match that Chelsea definitely have to try and win. But will they win the match? I will get into all of that later down in the video. But we're going to start off with the most important thing that should be noted, which is the team news. Now, Pochettino would have spoken about players in the midfield specifically who are unavailable, and that would have been Enzo Fernandez, who were unavailable against Wolves as well. Caicedo would have been announced with having a high fever and he missed out in the match against Wolves, and Pochettino would have said that he should be available. He was isolated because of the high fever and the fact that he is back now. You'll have to train later on Tuesday, which will be today when this video is being recorded. And then the decision on if he should play and if he will start the match as well will be decided tomorrow, which is Wednesday, December 27. Now, obviously, Enzo is unavailable due to a sports hernia, so he may be out for a while. Perhaps they say this on Mob and Live Score and other websites that deals with the news of these teams. They state that Enzo may be back in a few days, but there has not been much details given about his injury and how the next step would be, if it's one where they want to just let him rest and see it out, or surgery will be on the cards. We haven't really heard the extremity of the injury, so making that decision isn't known by Chelsea fans. Leslie Ugochukwu, I butchered his name. It's one where he would have had a recurrent injury of his hamstring injury. He would have felt something in the second half of the game against Wolves and he was forced off. So he will be unavailable as well. Pochettino would have said that. Pochettino would have made mention of the fact that, it wasn't a situation that they wanted to throw him back in right after he came back. But it was out of desperation. I'm paraphrasing. Pochettino did not say this, but I'm paraphrasing. Out of desperation, we saw him start the match, perhaps not being the best option, considering he just came back from injury, but it was the best decision that could have been taken at the time, seeing as Lavia was deemed not ready to start or fit enough to play, as it would have become clear as we saw throughout the rest of the Wolves game. So, as I would have mentioned in the intro of this video, Cole Palmer is also unavailable due to suspension. He would have accumulated yellow cards and he would have picked up a yellow card after frustration and kicked the ball out of play against Wolves, so he'll miss the game as well. Raheem Sterling will also miss the game for the exact same reason of frustration and kicking the ball out of the pitch. So he also would have become unavailable as well. So Raheem Sterling will miss this game. I know fans will be happy about that. Some fans will be happy about that, seeing as the fact that they blame him for the fact that we would have lost the game. Obviously, I don't want to get into what he did because I'm still upset with him, as I would have said in my review. It's one where we will be seeing most likely a new attack being utilized, and I will get straight into the predicted 11 right now. In goal, he's going to have to be Petrovic. I mean, Petrovic has been impressive so far. He has looked calm on the ball. He has made some saves that you'd expect from a professional goalkeeper, and he has in person. He has done so far in a Chelsea shirt. So I am happy for him, and I'm happy that he's getting the opportunities that he's getting right now, and I hope it long may continue. So Petrovic is my goalkeeper for this match. I don't really think there was going to be any other player playing there. Right to left, as I usually do in these previews, I'm starting Malo Gusto as my right back. I predicted him to start against Wolves. He did not start against Wolves. He did try his best, I believe. So in a sense, it's one where I'm happy that he may get an opportunity yet again. Now, we go straight into my right centre back, which is going to be Axel Disasi. Axel Disasi will be playing as a right centre back. He will not be playing as a fullback on the right in my predicted 11. I don't think Silva will be playing this game. I think he may be rested for another game. And Luton Town is on the 30th, so I think he may play that game as well. So Silva is not going to be starting on the left, so I'm going to be starting Benoit Badiashile. Benoit Badiashile will be my left centre back, and the reason for that, as I mentioned, Silva needs a rest. Badiashile did not start the game against Wolves, and he came on as a substitute, so he got a bit of a rest in between. So he will be granted the opportunity to play as a left centre back in the predicted 11. Now, the left back, quote unquote, and based on what I've just said, you can assume that I'm going to say Levi Colwill, and if that's what you thought, congratulations, you are correct. Levi Colwill will be the left back option. In my personal opinion, I don't prefer him playing there, but I'm predicting what I think Pochettino will do. And I'm assuming that Pochettino will opt to still play with Levi Colwill as the left back. Ian Maatsen would miss out in playing in that position as a result. And I'll go straight into my double six, as the formation that I will be utilizing is 4-2-3-1, the one where we have seen Pochettino use in numerous of the games that has been played so far this season. And my double six would be Conor Gallagher and Caicedo and this is a big if he is deemed fit enough to start the game. And Pochettino did indicate that he is available, but the extent of his availability is one that has not been given with clarity and with assurance that he can start. But if he is able to start, I would obviously start Caicedo, no doubts about that. So my double six once more will be Conor Gallagher and Caicedo. Now, the three players in front of the player that will be playing as number 9 would be, as I would have mentioned, right to left, will be Madueke. Sterling misses out due to suspension, as mentioned before. Cole Palmer would also miss out, so Madueke would get the opportunity to start this game. He came on against Wolves. He was up and down, didn't do much, didn't get the opportunity to do much as well. And, he looks a bit raw. He's still a young player, still very raw. And he has been hampered by injuries as well. So that is something that needs to be taken into consideration. So on the right flank, I would play Madueke. In the middle, I would play Mr. Nkunku. I'm starting Nkunku. If Nkunku cannot start this game, then I don't know when he will be able to start, because this is a match where he should be able to start. He has been given minutes, his minutes has been managed, and I think if he starts the game, make an impact and hopefully be able to score a goal once more, maybe we can take him off early, give some younger player an opportunity, try something new. But Madueke would be my right flank player, as I mentioned, and Nkunku would be the player in the central position, or the attacking midfielder 10 role. And then on the left, I would start Mykhailo Mudryk. Mudryk would be playing on the left flank for me because I think he's still worthy of a start. He hasn't gotten that opportunity just yet, so I would start Mudryk on the left as the left flank attacker. And up top is one where I think some people would prefer Broha. I know some people would prefer Jackson, and the latter will be my choice. Jackson will be starting as the 9. I know some persons, and I can agree, don't want Jackson to be starting because I think some other people believe that he is low in confidence, he's not in the greatest form, so it would make sense to not start him. But Jackson is starting up top because I do believe that Pochettino trusts, the more he's defended him. This is a match, as I would have mentioned, that is very important. It's one that requires a win. But if I'm being honest, my score prediction will not be a win. I am saying that it will be a Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 2 result, a draw. I'm going to have to stick with a draw, and Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 2 is my score prediction. Cheers.